town was wiped clean. 16 people died. The flood had become a grinding mass of timbers, trees, rocks, and rails. Houses, bridges, and railroad cars moved with it. The wave moved faster at the top than at the bottom, continually rolling over itself and crushing anything beneath. Surging against a mountain, the water carved a new channel for the river. In his locomotive beside the river, engineer John Hess couldn't see the flood, but he heard it coming. Hess tied down his whistle and went shrieking toward the railroad yards of East Conemaugh. The whistle gave what little warning anyone had. Hess said of his heroics, "I didn't know what else to do. I didn't see what else I could do." Passengers ran from 2 stranded trains, slipping in the mud, crawling over and under train cars, leaping over and into a ditch. More than 50 people died. Half the town was destroyed, including 40 houses, 2 hotels, and the railroad station. The force of the floodwaters pushed 30 80-ton locomotives from 100 yards to a mile downstream. The wave picked up speed through the open valley and struck prosperous tree-lined Woodvale with no warning, killing 314 people and 89 horses trapped in a stable. The wreckage-choked torrent snapped off trees, crushed houses, and scoured the streets, leaving Woodvale a mud flat. The Gautier Wire Works exploded in clouds of roiling black steam and added rolls of barbed wire to the monstrous flood. At 4:07, the flood struck Johnstown. People first heard the sound, a grinding, rumbling, roaring, and then saw a dark spray, a mass of dust, a black, billowing smoke. Survivors called it the death mist. The flood followed 3 paths through Johnstown, smashed against Westmont Hill, and hurled a backwash up Stony Creek to destroy Kernville and Moxham. The waves surged back, created a vicious whirlpool, and lodged houses, people, and animals against the stone bridge. The stone bridge held, damming the flood, and Johnstown became a lake, spreading across 30 acres, 10 to 30 feet deep. The water cut through an earth embankment and struck Millville and Cambria City in another violent surge. After smashing Cambria City, the waters spread out and lost their destructive force. About 6 p.m., the mass of wreckage at the stone bridge caught fire. For the people trapped there, it became an immense funeral pyre. A day of horrors was followed by a night of horrors. Houses, factories, and neighborhoods had been destroyed. 27,000 people were homeless. 2,209 men, women, and children were dead.
So what time did did this plane break?
It was, didn't they say like 3 p.m. or something?
So it was an hour and it got to Johnstown.
Took an hour?
Well, it was here like at 4:15. But I didn't realize it went such a distance. Did you know
look
that?
how far we drove.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that. Based on what we read and just looking at the surroundings of it.
And here, I mean, there it was a flood. But here it was like a tidal wave, you know? But they call it the flood.
Well, that's what happens. That's what you call when a giant thing lets loose. Like
Well, yeah, but there it was a flood.